When it's about 4:30, we're going to have come up with a consolidated goal statement that are going to fall into 4 categories that came out of your wonderful work around opportunities yesterday. When we were looking at the opportunities, we saw 4 areas. One was community, one was students, one was staff, faculty, and one was institutional effectiveness.
Let me just point out is, I took your work from yesterday, it was on the table, and what Reese just read off was, this was your consolidated opportunities, but when we looked at them again, I was calling them external opportunities. They actually made more sense to go into the 4 categories, so they're in this list. We'll go through it just so that folks know where things ended up. And if I couldn't read your writing, where I put Caterpillar, maybe it was something else, but I tried to capture your opportunities into these categories, and you'll see how they play out. They're just a little bit different than what we called external opportunities. That's what became community opportunities. Is it making sense so far? All right.
Okay. So what we want you to do is look at the paper on your desk, think on your table, think about the presentation that Yash just gave and the opportunities he talked about there, and turn what you remember from yesterday. There should be a copy. Whoop. You dug down, you don't have one? They need one.
I took theirs.
And turn the opportunities that you see and you heard yesterday, turn those into action statements. Very simple action statements. Okay? And I want you at each table to have 4 pages of action statements. One page would be what? Community. One page would be students. One page would be staff, faculty, staff, employees. And the last one would be institutional effectiveness. So 4 pages. Just go at that and create action statements. Okay? And you should have tablets. The 4 areas are community. And these areas flowed out of the opportunities that you came up with yesterday. Community, students, staff, faculty, and institutional effectiveness. So for a half an hour, we want you to work real hard on creating action statements under each of those categories, areas, that can't flow out of the opportunities. How do we do that? We heard a lot of nice stuff yesterday, but how do we do it? Okay, do you want to add anything? There's the 4, community, students, staff, faculty, and institutional effectiveness.
So in order for us to record these, there's yellow tablets on your tables. One person would help record these, and there's one of these for each for a page.
And it's
so that
really
we can
important that
ideas.
At the top of each page, you put down either community or students, and you go after action statements under each area.
Say it again.
Create partnerships with Santa Fe businesses. Right. Similar to that. Yes. Yep. You can add things, be creative, think out of the box, do a crooked ceramics.
So Reese, we're thinking that this is going to take how long?
Half an hour.
Half an hour. Half an hour. Yeah. Programs to out of state and out of country, those were just added to the mix so that we thought it'd be good to broadcast those along with your own work. All right? Keep. So this is just a little bit of a test. For folks that were at the session yesterday, you remember I said, write clearly or I make it up. Did you notice on page 1, it's really caterpillar, not outerpillar, but I thought outerpillar was pretty good. So that's the other reason to write very clearly if you can, because Rosemary makes it up.
Okay.
Ready?
Now,
you're going to have to move again.
This next, not many people, this next movement before we start to work at tables again is really important. So I need your total attention. Okay. Designate one person at each table to carry around the 4 sheets of paper that you have, right? You have one sheet of paper saying community, one sheet of paper that says students, one that says staff, faculty, and one that says institutional effectiveness. The papers that have community at the top go to tables 1 and 2.
Got it?
And they each should have, one table should have 3 sheets and one table should have 4 sheets.
Yeah.
Okay? The students, the sheet of paper that you have students headed on will go to table 3 and table 4. The same thing applies. One table will have 4 sheets, one table will have 3 sheets. Okay? Now, staff and faculty, the sheets that are staff and faculty go to table 5 and 7. Okay? And each table should have, one table should have, that table probably should have 4. This table should have 3 because there's more at that table. And then finally, institutional effectiveness, the page institutional effectiveness should come to table 6, which is right here. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Get up, go around. Everybody, there should be one person from each table standing up and walking around, giving your papers out. Come on.
It's up here.
Start walking, you guys.
So community is here.
And the numbers are up on the board.
Oh. They're going to do this.
And which table does institutional effectiveness?
Is
6.
I've written on the sheet, which you probably can't read very well, so let me read it to you what you're doing next. We've got 2 tables per area, so just as an example, except for institutional effectiveness, community. So the 2 tables per area, and we'll bring that sheet back out. Remember, that's just a reminder, are developing one goal that flows out of the action statements. Out of each table. So each table is developing one goal that flows out of the action statements that you got from folks. And those are, and as an example of what a goal is, on your tables you have what the Santa Fe Community College has as goals in 2005-10 as an example, and then the Richland goals are on the other side, on the far left side of the sheet are goals. So there's some language that are just samples.
And so Richland, for those of you who don't know, is the only community college in the nation that won Bulger's Quality Awards under education category. And so we're just using that as an example, because one of the quality process is to take best practices from other locations and incorporate it for your own. So it's not meant as anything other than just an examples for you guys to see as an idea of what other schools, the best practices out there have done. Thank you.
All right, we have how long for this piece? 25 minutes? Half an hour for this.
Are you ready? Okay. That makes me happy. Okay, how about if we start with the group in the middle in the back, which will be focused on students. On students. Everybody really listen. Okay.
Okay, our focus is on students. We would like the college to make a commitment to students to provide one-on-one advising towards developing and achieving their goals.
Great. Succinct. One more time. Everybody listen real carefully. Number one goal for students.
I don't have it memorized.
Oh, you don't? Okay. She gave it away. You heard it. Okay, number. Say it one more time. Because this group is really
It was really hard to boil our stuff down. Make a commitment to students to provide one-on-one advising towards developing and achieving their goals.
Thank you very, very much. One simple sentence. How about you guys?
Okay, we're faculty and staff, and ours is provide comprehensive, quality professional development for all faculty and staff to foster career advancement and student success.
Institutional effectiveness.
Happy Friday, y'all. Okay, our goal is for SFCC to become an active, vibrant, AQUIP, quality-focused institution at all levels.
And below that, a lot of action. Okay, now, who should I give the microphone to?
This will be the first time this table has heard this. Expand collaboration with community resources to enhance student learning and establish meaningful and lasting partnerships.
Yes, Tina did hers. We got, oh, we need to get yours. We need the paper. And what's really important is we need all the paper that you've produced today, because these are number ones, but you know, sometimes the silent voices or the things that don't make it to number one are the wisest. Here's one.
All right, so first and foremost, a big thank you to folks who stayed on a Friday till I promised you 4:15, it's going to happen. But let me tell you what the next steps are so that when you walk away from here, you know what's happening. The coordinating group is going to take this work and they're going to refine as needed. So there's still another level of refinement that's going to happen. You've seen the way we've done it, and that seems to be working. The external focus groups are going to happen in June, and there's already been a survey that's gone out that will be synthesized. So Reese and I will coordinate these external focus groups, we think with 4 to 5 of the major industry, city, county, Chamber of Commerce kind of folks. There's a board retreat in June where they'll be taking all of this information and looking at it then. Then there's going to be a report on the planning effort. We're still aiming for the fall to have the majority of this done. So you've done the lion's share of the work. Let me say that in 2 afternoons, and it was amazing. So these are the next steps. Any questions on what these next steps are? Yash is still the point person, I think, right? Am I making you the point person still? So any other questions would go to Yash, and then he'd check back in with us. But I think Yash is still your point person. So this is the triptych. This is what's happening until the fall. But the effort, the reporting on what's happening, will continue for folks. There's a material that we're still handing out, right? Yash, we're giving some headlines? Okay. All right. Any questions on what we're doing with the planning effort?
Yes, so there will be a continuous report coming out. We're currently finishing setting up our public webpage. You know, if you have access to Jack, we have a channel where we do regular updates, but we're also going to put that on our external website so everybody from the community has access to. There will be a continuous report out of what's been happening, regular meeting times, announcements, where people could come and share their input. You know, there was a lot of different ideas that was expressed today, and I'm really grateful for your time, especially on a Friday afternoon, you know, so close to the happy hour. So one of the things we're going to be doing, is, as Rosemary said, is, you know, really incorporating this. A lot more work is going to be done with faculty and staff, and I'm going to try to encourage students to really participate in the process as well. So thank you.
And you know, Rosemary looked over at me about the quality of the work that you did. We facilitate all the time. We're in groups all the time. You guys were A+. You were fantastic. The nuances, the caring that you gave was fabulous. So go home and have a wonderful weekend.